You're listening to the True North Success Podcast. Real stories of personal, professional, and financial wins from Alberta's best. With your hosts, Gary Ma and Amy Kim.
So hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Today, my special guest is Craig Ward. He has spent more than 13 years of transforming environments to create the best possible learning experience for every student. His passion is creating environments that supports every learner, recognizing that each student has a unique learning style and communication style and the path to success. He specialized in designing student-centered classrooms, inclusive, flexible space that adapt to the needs of students and educators. He helps schools, colleges, and universities create learning environments that move, change, and reconfigure to support STEAM, science, technology, English, art, and math, learning, collaboration, and individual work, and everything in between. It's a real pleasure to have him on the show today. Welcome, Craig.
Thank you very much, Amy. Thank you. It's great to be here. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So, Craig, I gave a quick overview of your success, but can you fill in the detail of what your business is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I actually moved to this country 19 years ago to be a part of CDI Spaces, and our focus is designing and furnishing schools, as you mentioned, to meet the need of every learner. And it's so important in the time we're living in now with the pace of change that we are supporting every student in the classroom to be successful. So our passion is designing classrooms that meet the need of every learner. So every student that walks through that door into the classroom, we want them to know that they have a space in that classroom where they can succeed.
Awesome. So who are your main clients?
Yeah, the main clients that we work with are K through 12 schools throughout Canada. I do travel coast to coast. And then work a lot with private schools, colleges, and universities.
I see. And you mentioned you've been doing this for over how many years?
Yeah, I've been doing this now for 19 years. I moved over to this country from the UK to be a part of CDI Spaces. It has been an incredible journey. I do believe living in Alberta, I live in one of the most incredible places in the world, and been very honored to, over that 19 years, been very honored to now have helped with designing and furnishings over 250 new schools.
Wow, that's amazing. So I wonder, how did you get into that educational space?
Yeah, so when I was going through school myself, there were quite a few challenges that I had, and looking back over that, it wasn't the teacher that was the problem. It was the type of environment that I was put into. And I'm sure many would remember, we used to have to sit in those one-piece desk and chairs and with no movement. And really the classroom for many, many years, and it still is, was set up like a factory learning. One style fits all. Every student is expected to work in the same way and get the same result. And with my negative experience and seeing firsthand how that doesn't work, led me to this passion of creating classrooms to meet the need of every learner.
Wow, that is very fascinating. So there are a lot of competition in the education space. What do you feel really sets you apart from the rest of the people?
Yes, yeah, that's good. So I think the reason why we've been so successful is because, as you say, there's a lot of people out there that sell a desk and a chair, but it's more than that, and that's what we're very passionate about. Anybody can take a classroom, anybody can sell 30 desks and 30 chairs, But again, we're going back to that same factory style. Whereas there's so much more we can do when designing a classroom space to meet the need of every learner. And it's, a quote that I love to keep coming back to is students are 30% of the population, but 100% of the future. So it's so important that we're working with them and we're helping them to succeed so they have a chance. They have a chance in this fast changing world.
Wow. Yes, I love how you say it. 30% of students, but there are our 100% of our future. So it's so like impactful, the motto. I really love it. So, do you think what comes natural to you that maybe others find challenging when it comes to, educational space, creating that very nice the environment?
Yeah, so students learn in different ways, and it can depend on the subject. It can also depend on the time of the day, and also what happens in that student's private life before they come to school can have a huge impact on where in the classroom that student will do well. So, again, referring to the factory style learning, the factory style classroom layout in rows of desks and chairs. It's been like that for hundreds of years. Well, some students may need the option of being able to stand and work. I think if you see in a lot of the modern workspaces of today, everybody has the opportunity to be able to sit or stand at their desk. And allowing those students to have movement if and when they need it is so important. So putting a student in a desk and chair and saying sit there all day and don't move is extremely challenging. But now with the modern classrooms, the new classrooms, if a student may work best in one subject, sitting in a desk and chair, another subject that they may struggle with, that's where they may walk over to a stand-up table and work standing up. And that can also help later in the day as students may be getting a little more tired. To be able to stand, then as we stand and move, more oxygen is going around our body, going to our brain, keeping us awake, keeping us alert. And somebody said to me the other day, which was interesting, that sitting is the new smoking. That's what we're being warned about. Just to sit with no movement, it can be quite damaging.
Yeah, 100%. I can relate to that. Just sitting all day, just listening one way, it's harder to learn, right? Because it doesn't really stimulate all the five senses that we have, and everybody more unique. Some students are more good with audible, the visual, and some of them are more just the touching, and some of them listening. So everybody is very different. So I can totally relate to your story. So
yeah, absolutely.
So anyone listening who wants to get better at providing better educational, environment, what would you tell them?
Well, of course, if they are in Canada, I would love them to reach out. I work with many schools that have zero budget for new furniture, but we go in there and consult with them, sharing ideas using their existing furniture, but just really setting up a classroom where there's options for students, where students can move, they can stand, they can sit, they can work in groups, because some students work well collaborating with others, where other students need to be on their own. So just making sure that when we set up these classrooms, when we design them or set the furniture up, we're just allowing for those different spaces within the classroom.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what is one of the biggest challenges you have to overcome in your career so far?
Yeah. So some of the challenges would be working with existing schools that have done things a certain way for many years, and change is hard. Change is a challenge. So the way we have overcome that is help set up a pilot classroom. Just try it out, and see how the students respond. That has been hugely successful for us, because then they see the impact, they see the result with the students. So they are, and then you start to see a movement of the other schools within that district, or even classrooms within the school, wanting to make a change for those students.
Right. Yeah, totally. That totally makes sense. So as you mentioned, it's not that environment not gonna be like a typical our old traditional model that once you put your chair and the desk, it stays for the entire year. Instead of having that traditional model, we try and we adjust as we go so that we can, find out the best maybe model that fits for all the students. Depends on their environment, right?
Yeah, and just having that flexibility, making whoa.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, that was a sorry about that.
No
Hi.
worries.
So yeah, that's just making sure that the classroom is flexible
Mm-hmm.
and it is able to adapt depending on the students, the subject, and also what is very important is not only being totally focused on the students, is it's got to work for the teacher as well. The teacher's got to feel comfortable in that space. So that's a challenge where, meeting the need of every learner, but just as important is meeting the need of that teacher as well.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, if it sounds like things are going very well for you and your business, and a lot of professionals are looking toward the future and looking at how they can create passive monthly cash flow, such as like investing in real estate or investing in stock market, something like that, to enhance or even replace their current active income. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think we're living in a time where it is difficult financially for a lot of people. So it's I'm not an expert in that area, but there's definitely a lot of professional help out there of how we can be investing our money better to get with interest rates so low in money in the banks. It's important that we're looking at other ways that we can invest it to get the most out of our money, for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. Have you done any investing so far? And then is there any strategies that you like that works for you?
Yes, I have invested in other businesses, which especially family, close family, that sort of thing. So that has worked. That's worked for me. That's been being a great help for me. Yes, just having someone you can trust that you can invest in, and your money's safe. Absolutely.
That's right. Okay. So as we are wrapping up our interview, what exciting plans or initiatives do you have in the work for the next 6 and 12 months?
Yeah. So recently our company merged with some other companies across Canada. So for many years, I was our company was focused in Western Canada, but now recently in the last few months, we're really focusing on coast to coast, especially the eastern part of Canada. And so that is our focus for the next the focus for me in the next 6 to 12 months. And the response that we've been getting out of especially Ontario, just wanting to learn more about the classroom environments, has been absolutely fantastic, and been honored to speak at teachers' conferences to teachers, and just seeing their willingness to embrace these new ideas and to set up their classrooms differently has been an incredible experience. And that's what we're going to focus on is spreading the word right across Canada.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So I guess we will hear more about creative educational environment, not from only Western, then to the east all across the Canada.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so awesome. So, Craig, thank you so much for your time today and sharing some of your great insights and tips with us. It was a great pleasure to have you on the show today, Craig. So, if people would like to connect with you, how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can certainly email me, or I love connecting with people on LinkedIn. I now have close to 15,000 follow me on LinkedIn. So that's a good way to reach out. But do you want me to share my email address? Is that
Yes, please.
Yeah, so
And
my
phone
email.
number if you want to.
Yeah, sure. So my email is Craig W. So CraigW at cdispaces.ca. And yeah, if there's any teachers out there, any educators that would love some ideas for their classroom, even if they don't have a budget to buy new furniture, I would love to consult with them and share ideas of how a difference could be made in the classroom.
Awesome, awesome. So it was a great pleasure to have you on the show. And thank you, everyone. This is for today.
Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at truenorthsuccessshow.com/guest. We'd love to hear from you.